At Get Haunted and Get Haunted Midwest, we don't just put on events, we give you an experience. Grab the gear, master the methods, use the tools the professionals use to bridge the gap. From the Estes method to traditional seances, you aren't just watching the investigation, you're part of it.
Repeat peanut butter.
Capture the evidence, hear the voices, experience the history firsthand. Every event is structured so you rotate through the most active spots, learning from the best. The spirits are waiting. Secure your tickets now at extremeticketing.com. Ready to join the hunt? Here's where we'll be. Join Get Haunted and Get Haunted Midwest at these historic locations. Tickets for all events are available now at extremeticketing.com. Don't be left in the dark.
Well, good evening. It is Wednesday, but it is not Wednesday live. It is 7 p.m. Eastern time. I almost said Central time. We are Eastern time. And yes, Rob is not here today. As you see, he is on the side right there. The boss is watching. He is on the road. We have an event this weekend on top of some cool investigating at Waverly Hills for the first time. So we're super excited that a group of people are headed that way as we speak. So we're just going to have a little fun. I thought I'd go live. I know he jumps on sometimes when I am not available to be live. He'll jump on and have a little fun with you guys. I thought I would do the same. So far, we've got 3 people watching. I don't know. That's probably, well, Stace was on. We don't know if Stace is still on, but Rob, maybe Lori is watching. I don't know. It is Eastern time. I know. I corrected myself. But I do have some fun questions for you guys to answer. If you're in the mood, if we get more than one person, there is Mark Brown from the road. See, everybody's traveling. Everybody is traveling. And I threw everybody off because I did do a no-show tonight. So I'm sure people made plans instead. But I thought I would pop on and see what was going on in the community this evening. And oh, look at there.
Are you complaining? Are you complaining that I go live without you?
Not really a complaint. It was an observation. I like to call it an observation. Yeah. Yeah. And there's Miss Lori. If it says there's 39 people watching, there's no way that's true.
How do you have 39? Now, I'm going to tell everybody, right? She's like, oh, probably nobody's going to show up. 38 of you.
Yeah, I don't even know how that's true because there was 4 and then it shot up to 39. I find that very odd. But you know what? I thought I'll give it a whirl. Like a lot of times when I'm not available, you go on and you connect with everybody and you have moments with them. So I thought I would have a moment with them.
Well, they're dropping like flies, but you also, though, you're broadcasting to 4 different channels. Now, I want everybody to take note that when I broadcast with her, it's like 2.
There is Stephen Kometz. Look at that. He is in as well. Yeah, I just hit up all the channels tonight, I think. I think I did both YouTubes and
yeah, I see it.
And yeah.
I see it. Don't worry, I'm not gonna stay long, everybody. This is Sarah's moment.
Oh, you're fine. It's not my moment.
I showed up and 21 people left.
No, I don't think that's true at all. But, I do. Rob, I have like a fun little, I thought I would do like something a little bit fun, this or that, and raise your hand. So, I'm going to have some fun with everybody. I want everybody to interact and hear their voice. But I don't know. I mean, if there's enough people that want to do it, maybe, I don't know. Or if they want to pop on and join the fun, they are more than welcome to reach out. I'll throw them a link, as you always say.
Toss them the link.
Toss them the link. How is your drive going?
It's long. So we have 2 hours, 33 minutes left, 154 miles. I managed earlier to shave off about 30 some odd minutes. And then we stopped for fuel and a shitty breakfast sandwich. And when we got back in the car, it added another 20 on top of the 20 that we lost because the sandwich took a long time.
Yeah.
It took them a long time to screw up the order.
Yeah. Well, they had to make sure your eggs were hard.
Now, yeah, they had to rubberize them, vulcanize them. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So, it's your call. I can stay and hang out for a few minutes, or I can go and support you in the.
You can.
Get your numbers back up.
You know, we're at 6. See, that's what's weird. I don't know why it pops up.
But now it's 11.
Yeah, it's a very odd thing. I don't know what's happening right now, but
well, maybe it's Kentucky's amazing cellular services.
Could be. It probably is a lot like mine, it seems like.
Hey, I know what to do. This will bring numbers. Hold on.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. That brings the numbers. Now, right, you're about to have a hot take. Because when you put your sunglasses on, that usually means something's coming.
It just means good shit's about to come out of my mouth.
Yeah, it just means good shit's about to come out of your mouth. Yeah, so you guys are gonna have some fun down Kentucky Way, Waverly Hills, which is a private investigation, which is pretty exciting. Hey, he did finally get out of traffic, Heidi. And he's not ignoring right now. Everybody was so upset that you were ignoring them in your live.
I could not. I know. I went back and saw the comments. I couldn't see comments. I think that's the second time that happened. And I'm like, this is weird. Nobody's even talking. Like they're just watching me have.
No, we were talking. Stacy thinks you look like the Unabomber like that.
All right. Well, let's not say it out loud.
We wrote it. It's right there.
Okay. They take shit seriously in Kentucky. I'm near farmers in Sharkey, Kentucky.
I don't know that place.
Me neither. Me neither.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you want to stay for this or that? For a question
I'll stay for a couple. I'll stay for a question or two. I don't know the answers, so am I allowed to play?
Yeah, there are no. This is for everybody. This is just for people to share their voice. This is not a right or wrong answer. This is just a little bit of just fun, really. I thought maybe just to get everybody talking a little bit, or they're allowed to toss out anything they want to talk about. Heidi says, only 4 hours away from me. You could have come and hung out.
Girl.
I don't know who Oh Damn is. Love the glasses, both. I don't know who that is.
Let me see. I might recognize the screen name. Probably one of my thousands of followers.
Probably more than likely.
Damn.
Oh damn.
Both my glasses. I think they're complimenting your glasses too.
I don't know. I don't know. I think they're probably talking about you.
Well, I mean, when you say glasses, you don't normally talk about a left or a right side. So I think Oh Dame saying your glasses are sweet and mine.
Maybe.
Thank you, Oh Dame. Or damn.
Maybe. Oh damn. That's what I said. I was like, oh damn. All right, so let's just start talking because that's what this is all about. Just hanging out with you guys tonight. Share your thoughts, share your theories, share your opinions. Rob loves to hear opinions. He loves them so much. So if you have an opinion about something. All right, so here's this or that. See, we're back up to 24, which is very weird. All right, this or that. I'm curious. What do you trust more, EVPs or visual evidence? What do you trust more, Rob? EVPs or visual evidence?
So for me, I will, oddly enough, right? I'm going to say the visual, because in my experience, right, I've gone through the times.
Oh
Well,
no. Is this what it's like? Is this what it's like when I like go off on the internet? You totally broke up there. Your whole answer as soon as you started to answer.
Yeah. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Then yes, it's exactly what it's like.
So visual for
you
you.
and I, yeah, we've been through this before, right? You and I will hear something on a recording on Saturday, and then Sunday, it's a totally different answer. And it's like, we were convinced the day before that that's what it said, and then the next day it's not. So for me, the visual, I'm going visual.
Yeah, visual. I have to say, for me, I think as well, visual. Although I have heard some of the most incredible EVPs when we've been out investigating stuff that you can't. I mean, it's just you can't even deny what it's saying. But there's something about that visual evidence. Stephen Kometz is saying visual. Hey, Jay Diz, look at that. He's stuck in a meeting, but he just wanted to jump in and say hi. Jay, we were just talking about you because he said he spoke to you on the phone. I was like, oh, Miss Jay Diz. There he is. Just jumping on to say hi, I feel. Yeah, so visual for Stephen. What about Lori? Does she like EVPs or visual for?
Visual.
Visual, yeah.
I got dropped.
You got dropped?
Yeah, I don't have a.
She lost signal too. I think my phone took her signal.
Oh, sending love to you too, Jay Diz. Heidi is saying she's torn because you can have exceptional in both. And I think that's so true. There she is. There's Miss Denise Pack. Denise Pack is with us. There's Rob. Denise, there he is.
I was just on the phone with her. Yeah.
Denise, what do you think? Do you trust EVPs or visual evidence more? I'm curious, especially living in and owning a haunted location. You've had like real-time audio and you've had real-time visual without any kind of equipment. So I'm curious what you trust more though when it comes to this, visual or audio. Mark saying visual. Yeah, isn't that interesting that we all we love the EVPs, but we don't trust it. We don't trust it, even though we talk about pareidolia all the time.
Yeah, look. Well, when I say visuals, right, I mean like real good shit, not.
Well,
and I'm talking things I see, not people's imagery.
Yeah. Hey, Eric Testerman, and Eric's celebrating a big day today. Damien graduated college. He is doing big things now. I love that very much. Eric, give a big hug to Damien for us. Such an exciting night. Denise, I don't really think about it either way. And I would assume when you live in a haunted location, that's what happens. You kind of it just is part of your everyday life. You just don't really think about it much. All right, let's move on to the next. This or that. So where do you do your best work, Rob? Solo investigation or a group investigation? Do you even do solos really anymore?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, so he's going to not answer that question. You don't really, Waverly is going to be kind of your first where you get to just go off and do what you want to do. So, bye, Denise.
Bye, Denise. I'll see you soon. Yeah, look, during our events, once free roam hits, every now and then we get to break away, or I get to break away and just go sit. Like, Orange, I did that. You weren't there. That's when I thought I got bit by a snake.
Oh yeah.
So I get uncomfortable when I'm alone for too long in a location. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I think people's energy brings a lot to the investigation. So I'm going to go group. I prefer doing it with a group.
Yeah. All right. You like group. All right. Mark likes solo. Uh, Stacy's saying, okay. Listen to me, Stacy is just saying all sorts of crazy things, and I couldn't see it. It was covered up. Yeah, look, we don't get to do solo investigations very often, but I agree with you. I think when you have the right group with you, right? Like, I think it encourages you to maybe challenge yourself a little bit more. You get bored easily on a solo investigation.
Yeah, and on a solo, like you can be done with it in like 2 minutes. But with a group, you kind of got to do better than that.
All right. Well, all right. So Heidi's saying she used to do this yeah. Stacy thought you weren't going to be on, so he's just taking your place here. He was like, here, I'll put some stuff. I don't know who this person is.
Wrecking your show?
No. I don't know. Tokyo City's telling us to shut the fuck up, so
hey, Tokyo. Yari Tai, Tokyo.
Yeah.
Tai.
Independent thinking with group verification. So yes, group for me. Yeah. I mean, I think there is definitely a lot more challenges. And I think and encouragement and motivation for sure with a group setting. So I hope Tokyo City stays, because it's always so nice that somebody can take time out of their day to tell you to shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Like it's
at least type it all out, you lazy fuck.
All right, let's go to the next this or that. So what cast would you actually want to investigate? Ghost Adventures or the Most Haunted? Most Haunted, that's the English, that's the group from England, correct? Most Haunted?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who would you want to investigate with?
They get a lot of flack. That's the blonde lady that's always like freaked out, right?
Yeah. Steven says he enjoys solo. He enjoys solo and enjoy group. It's a toss up for him. So yeah, gotta love that. Ghost Adventures are Most Haunted. See, here's the thing. They're both so dramatic in how they sort of come in and, investigate. I believe that Most Haunted is the one with the blonde hair. Yeah, Heidi's saying neither. I choose you guys. Oh, Heidi. Yeah, that would be a tough one for me. Gosh, Ghost Adventures or Most Haunted.
I'm going Ghost Adventures, because I'll selfie with Zach all day long just to piss everybody on the internet off. Because I'm about 70% successful at pissing people off, right, Tokyo? Yeah, I'm going Zach.
Yeah. Yeah, Lori's saying Ghost Adventures for fun as well. And you know what? I have to admit, like, I would want to go hang out with Aaron. I mean, if I was going to go, Aaron would be the one that I would want to hang out with and investigate with. So I would have to say Ghost Adventures as well.
Yeah. I want to see him. Yeah, I want to see him run. But I do that too. So we would probably get along.
Yeah. And Mark Brown says he would just stay home. He would just stay home.
That's not true. I don't believe that, Mark. And look, you're coming to investigate with me, and it's just as bad. So,
is it just as bad?
I don't know. We're gonna have a good time.
Oh, damn, saying Ghost Adventures equals intense and emotional, Most Wanted, Ghost Nation style equals investigative and structured. So she's saying, and here's the thing though, I feel like Most Haunted is a little bit more on the very traditional investigative style, right?
Yeah, they're English, right? They're over there in the UK. Seem to be a little less little more by the book that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Rob and Mark need to pay. No kidding. They need to pay attention to the road.
I know Mark's driving too.
Yeah, he
I'm
doesn't even
fine.
have a
It's orange
co-pilot.
cones, and I slowed down to 75 just for this show.
Lori's like,
And
oh my
listen,
God, I'm freaking out. Yeah.
Oh no, he added 2 more minutes on. Uh-oh.
oh, we got to pick up the pace. 133 miles. Go ahead.
So here's a kind of a serious question. What drives you to investigate? Is it the experience? And this is very Get Haunted style. Is it the experience or is it the evidence? And I think like really think about this one. Hey, Angelina, like what drives you to investigate? Is it experience or is it the evidence? And I'm so curious. I think this could be a very much a 50-50 kind of thing.
With them, you know my answer. I'm experienced all day long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn's a surgeon, I think.
I don't know.
I know you're the experience, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Stacy's saying experience. I mean, the reality is, we just don't get the evidence. We wished we could, right? But an experience-based med always wins. Yeah. I mean, experience. Yeah. Stephen Komet's experience. I love that. Bad to the Bone saying, for me, it's the evidence because of her fear of dying.
So, yeah, I'm kind of with. I understand that part, right? As long as the evidence is for you,
yeah,
is for you, and not for the rest of the world to judge, then I can understand that answer.
And I would say because of why she's choosing evidence, it is for her. Heidi she says experience, but she's torn again. But it's so interesting, Angelina, because how much of an experience plays into the evidence, like how do we differentiate that piece? I think that's the really tough one.
Well, yeah, and that's the hard. That is the hard part when you come at it from a science-based perspective. You're looking for solid, hard evidence inside of a science that it just isn't there yet. And even then, right? If it's not repeatable, how do you know? Let's see, perfect piece of evidence. How do you know that wasn't just some weird anomaly? So it's not a good guarantee that once we die, we can just, if that's what we're even talking about, or investigating, that it's going to work that way for you.
Yeah, and she says, good question, being, how do you know? Like experience does play into so much evidence, but I get it. I mean, so many of us, it is about evidence as well. Like we wouldn't turn it away, right? I think there's a point where you're like, we just can't get evidence fast enough, so you have to turn. You turn to the experience to keep you motivated, right? And encouraged to keep going, to keep moving in something that's can be kind of boring at times. I'm so curious how Waverly Hill's going to go, because there are some big experiences right outside, inside that location. What are you looking for or looking forward to the most about walking into Waverly? And, I know I think you walked through the haunted house briefly.
Well, I did, they took me on a little tour, and then Chris convinced me to do the haunted house, which was, I don't do them because I just don't. But on the tour, there were spots, and it's massive, right? It's very, so this is part of one of the lectures I want to work on is, the whole neutrality thing. That building in itself puts you in a mindset, right, where you cannot walk in there very neutral, right? We know the stories and the history, and it's a menacing structure. So I'm looking forward to, I think it was the 4th floor. There's one hallway where they have allegedly a lot of shadow activity, and that's really where I want to be.
Yeah, I think that's super interesting because like that location has been on many TV shows, right? We know Denise and Ernie have spent a massive amount of time and effort on that location. And that's kind of one of those locations as an investigator that everybody has on their bucket list, right? To go in there and to really get, and I don't know if anybody that's going there for tomorrow night, nobody has been there yet, correct? This is the
I
first
don't,
time for everybody.
as far as I know, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's super hard to get, right? Their tickets go on sale at midnight on New Year's Eve, or the private overnights, they sell out in like 3 days. It's crazy.
Oh, well,
It's crazy.
I hope to see you on the streams more often. Thank you. We're not bad. We're not bad
Thank
people.
you.
We have some fun. We have some
We're fun. I'm a little rough around the edges sometimes, but that's from years of abuse by Sarah.
yeah, and you got Lori right there to validate that for you. Yes, she agrees.
She knows.
She knows. All right, this or that. Let's talk about this. Which one, Rob, are you in the field? Are you the Zach Baggin energy or are you the Nick Groff energy? Well, don't choke. What are you eating? What are you choking on?
It was a slice of cheese.
Okay.
Warm cheese.
I know, it's been in the car.
Kind of rough. I'm going to let you answer that for me.
No, okay, so which one are you in the field? And everybody on the side, let's all answer this for Rob. Let's answer this as which.
He's the Zach.
Yeah. Steven's like, I'm my own energy. I love that, Steven. You are your own energy. But seriously, Zach Bagans energy versus Nick Groff energy. Gosh. What do I think you are?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. So I've never watched really a lot of Nick on his own. You know, I never really watched too much of what he did. What was the show he did with Katrina?
Lockdown?
Yeah, Paranormal Lockdown. Yeah, I think you're correct. So I'm trying to even think, like, I think you're a little bit of a cross of both of them. I don't know. Angelina's saying I got Jack Osborne energy mixed with. Stacy says I'm Ghostbuster Bill Murray energy. But that's
Jack
not
was
the
very
answers,
nice
guys.
when I got to meet him.
It's this or that. It's Zach Bagans or Nick Groff. You guys have to pick one. I think you're pretty right. You're pretty even keel. Like Nick is pretty even keel at times, but you got that bad boy thing going like Zach Bagans. So you're a little bit of both. You're a little bit of both. And you know, you do have your affliction collection. So
I do not.
I'm just saying. Heidi's saying Nick Groff. Lori's saying Rob is Zach when scared. I love that she's answering right next. She won't say it out loud, but she's
typing.
gonna type it.
I do not have an affliction collection.
You sure?
Come on. Yeah, I'm sure. Don't push it out there. That's not true.
Angelina says Zach. She says Zach. All right. So
whatever. All right.
Let's move on to the next one. I already know your answer on this one, because which matters more to you, historical locations or private residence? And we've had a big conversation about this kind of exact scenario here. If I had to pick this or that, if I had to pick between the two, I would say historic location matters more to me. Private residence is a tough one to go into, unless it's your own. Going into somebody else's house is eeks.
Not always a good move. So
yeah.
Angelina's saying haunted locations.
Historic, yeah.
Historic. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
I'm
too
curious.
many. Go ahead.
No,
What's your answer? Yours is historic, right?
I say historic, but here's the thing, yeah, right. You could walk into somebody's house and never leave.
That almost happened to me. So yeah.
Yeah, I think there's just too much, and I feel like you don't hear it as much. Do you even hear as many investigators talk about going into private residences? No, that doesn't mean they don't, but they're not posting
Yeah.
it on social media as much. I feel like I haven't really seen that.
Not as much as they used to. I mean, they really probably shouldn't anyway.
Yeah. How are you
You
saying
know,
historic?
I got to, I'll leave this question to the end because I had a thought as I was doing something yesterday and I'm like, look ahead.
No, please ask your question.
Well, it's not a question. It was more of an observation because I was driving to do something and it's like a new development, right? And I'm like, how come we never hear if all these homes are haunted, and I believe many are, right? We don't. It's always the creepy looking houses. It's not like Poltergeist movie, right, where it's new development. All of a sudden, all this shit's going. We don't hear about hauntings. So it kind of ties to this question with private residence. But like, why don't people pull up? Like you and I have been places where we just walk, and we remember when we were in Pine Bush.
Yeah.
We stopped at that building, right? And I'm like, man, this place feels funky. We just don't hear it or see a lot. And I wonder why. I guess people aren't actively searching out the hauntings and new developments. Anyway, it's a dumb statement. Never mind. Let's move along.
No, actually, I think it's very interesting because you can probably drive by a very well-appointed home, right? You'll see something. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a newer build, but maybe it's got a little bit more of a friendlier atmosphere or aesthetic. And you don't think twice. You just think it's a pretty house and you kind of mosey on by, right? But you see those Gothic styled homes or a home that's been a little bit more maybe let go. And suddenly the story is, right, it's got to be haunted. But we are such visual people, right? We catch that stuff. And it would be an interesting statistic to go through and find out, and why is it not multi-million-dollar homes that are calling people to come in and investigate? Why is it always some cabin in the woods?
Cabin in the woods.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah.
It is a good question. All right. So, what is more entertaining to watch? A device going off constantly or an investigator who cries every episode?
What? Cries?
Yeah. I don't know that I've really seen any shows where the investigator cries. Maybe Amy Allen. She gets emotional.
She does. She freaks me out.
So, like,
Her facial expressions.
Yeah. She's just like that. It's like a Snapchat filter. I'm gonna go with. It would depend on the device too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Angelina's saying Aaron cries. Does he cry on every? See, I haven't watched a ghost adventure. I can't even tell you. It's been years. Yeah. But does he cry? I guess. I'm not even sure.
I think I recall him crying.
On occasion.
Yeah. It's a lot sometimes. But no, if they're crying every episode, it would get old.
Yeah. Heidi says she has a morbid sense of humor, so the crying for her.
Well, you can FaceTime me every day and watch it. Yeah, and back to Amy Allen for a second. I will say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I've said this to you, like, if the things she describes are accurate to what that's some scary ass shit. I will say there was a place in Missouri that I stayed in. It was an Airbnb, They just opened it, and it's right across the street from the prison. And I had a real jump scare. It's supposed to be haunted. A jump scare moment on the landing there where somebody literally yelled in my ear, like, "Hey!" They screamed it. And I freaked out. The other people I was with, like, kind of stuck their head out their bedroom. They're like, "Look, I thought it was them playing games." Fast forward a year or so, I'm watching an episode with Amy Allen. It's called The Hobo Hill House in Missouri. And she got to that landing. It was like, whoa. She's like, there's like somebody here, and they love to like just yell at you, scream. And it was for me, I jumped off the couch. I'm like, oh my God. Like, because I have a hard time with some of the descriptions. No, it's in Jefferson City.
It's not the warden's house, right? Or what was the?
It was.
Wow.
It's attached to the warden, literally across the street from the prison. So that might be Jackson County. I don't know. But it's Jeff City, the Hobo Hill House. Really, really cool place. Loved it. But Amy Allen literally recreated what happened to me.
How come I didn't know that? How come I don't know this story?
I've told you this story. I remember telling you this story.
Wow, it's like the first time I heard it.
Well, it's not.
Well, that's very interesting. And I can't believe she got to go to that house. But I think that is so, like, we've talked about this before. Like, you know, she goes into so many locations and something's always crawling right on the wall or the ceiling. And it does make you wonder, like, is it like a spider infestation? You know, do we all have this kind of going on in our house?
Yeah. And there's shit always in the trees too. When she goes outside, like, it's like, oh, they're up in the trees. I'm like, fuck, what is she seeing? So I didn't really want to believe her because that's terrifying. But she did validate that experience, and I do remember telling you. So don't be.
Well, it's not acting surprised. I really don't remember. That's not an act, by the way.
You were probably like multitasking when I told you the story.
I feel like I would remember that Amy Allen went to that location. Stephen is wrapping things up at work, going home to pack the car, take a nap, and hit the road early in the morning. He said, see some of you tomorrow. Stephen, have safe travels, get some good sleep. And I cannot wait to hear about Waverly Hills once you guys get to go there and check it out. So that's very interesting. I'll have to look at you said Hobo Hill House.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to look that up. I think that's super cool.
Well, if it's available next month, maybe we'll all get it. If you're coming, I don't even know if you're coming to Missouri.
Okay, are we fight?
No, we're not fighting.
Is that what we see here? Where are you most present, Rob? Lights on or lights off? Lights on or lights off? Off for me too. Yeah. Let's see what everybody on the side, like, but we've talked about this a million times. You just don't have to do paranormal in the dark. It just doesn't have to happen. I mean, so why do we need lights off? Meditative? Is it going into a more meditative state, more calming state? Or do you feel like you're more apt to get, are you afraid of the dark at all?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Oh, like if I am solo and it's pitch freaking black, you know, I can get a little bit, you know, jumpy. But not really. No, I've really good night vision for whatever reason. I can see really well in the dark for the most part, so it doesn't really get to me the way it does other.
Would you say that it's location specific though? Like, you know, again, like something like the Montana prison, a little different sitting in the dark than, Masonic Lodge
Yeah.
165. Heidi, you're on, flight or fight or flight. Absolutely. Lights off because it heightens your senses. I mean, obviously you're going to be a little bit more self-aware, right? Because you're not taking it for granted. You don't know what's going on. So I get that. But I would say location specific for me, because I think lights on, I could be just fine with some locations.
Yep.
Like MSP. I mean, you would want the scare of lights off. But
MSP, yeah. Yeah. That one's different. That one is different in the dark.
Very scary in the dark.
Yeah, that one's really, yeah. Especially, yeah. That one's different. And then the dungeon, like dungeon's pitch black.
Yeah.
Pitch black. Like,
That's scary.
it's rough.
All right. So then when you're in that situation, in a dungeon, pitch black, where you probably can't see your hand in front of your face, right? I don't know if your senses are, I mean, you've got to have, there's got to be a middle ground with lights on and off there, because I think too dark, now you're overly sensitive and probably picking up on things that shouldn't be scaring you. So are you missing things that are happening because you're being so hypersensitive to your fear?
Probably. Yeah. I agree, and then I know, like, if I go down there, and I have, down the dungeon, just sit. And so, like, when you go down the stairs, go into the dungeon area, it's sort of a horseshoe shape. It is a horseshoe shape. So there's really only one way in, one way out, and the hallways are really narrow. So there's a lot happening psychologically, right? And then if your flashlight dies, right? That's where my brain goes. It's like, all right, my flashlight dies. If something happens, like, I got to get out of here. And then I start getting myself all worked up, and I'm probably missing all the shit that's happening. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is, I think we think one thing, but most locations have a little bit of an ambient light situation. I mean, even mid-O, right? There's always a light coming in from something, either a security light, right? Or a light that's outside that's coming through the window. Even if it's so slight, you're never in the complete dark. So I think being in a dungeon-like situation, and I feel like being at Montana, is it Montana State Prison? Old Montana. I feel like just the way you've described it and being out in the middle of nowhere, I don't think it would matter if it was night or day for me there. I think I would be on hypersensitivity in that. And I don't know if it's your stories, if it's the fact of where it's located and being kind of, I mean, you're not around anything massive, correct?
No. You mean outside of the prison?
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty much out there.
Yeah, like, it's not in a deserted field. There's a town around it, old little town, but yeah, there's like no people. It's pretty remote.
Yeah,
it's in Deer Lodge, Montana. You can look that joint up.
I'm going to look that up. All right. So which would you rather investigate? A famous TV location, and we've talked about this, or your own hidden gem?
Hidden gem?
Yeah. And we just had this talk about, and I think we talked about this last Wednesday, about Masonic Lodge 165, it was investigated by just pretty much the locals, right? Tom would take it on and do cool investigations. And then we got to go in there with Inner Eye and have such amazing experiences. And then the second it sort of becomes a little bit of, people start to find out, right? It's hard to let it go into the hands of everybody, because you want to keep your experience, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, untouched, really. You don't want it to shift or change, and you don't want somebody to come in and have a different experience that sort of knocks yours out of the way when, there just really wasn't a lot of people talking about it in the beginning.
Yep.
Heidi's saying hidden gems.
Yeah, and there's something nice to having it just belong to you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and when I say belong to you, I mean like, yeah, you know what I mean.
And
Popular
I think,
one's expectations.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think, Angelina spent time working inside Post Town Elementary School there for a bit of time, and I got to go there, and and I can understand. I remember before I really got to know Angelina, she found my Post Town live that I did with Paranormally Blonde with Dee Dee back in the day, and
Yeah.
this had to be almost 5 years ago that I went, and I wasn't correct on some things. I didn't fight her on it because I know that I wasn't. Like, I just was reciting what I had been told. So like, to her point though, I think that's what happens. You get to know these locations, and then they kind of start to go out there and they're not handled the same way that you would handle them. And so you get a little bit territorial, and it's very understandable. Angelina said, "Oh yeah, wow, that was a long time ago." That was me, Angelina. That was me. You came on that particular live, and you were like, you were incorrect, and I thanked you. I thanked you for correction, because I didn't know. There was some very intriguing experiences that I had there, but I know that I wasn't probably correct on everything, because I did my best, and I don't claim to be a historian on that. But when, I know Angelina actually spent time inside there. And I did thank you. Yes. She said, you did thank me, but I felt bad. I did thank you. Heidi saying, don't get me wrong, famous ones, you want to be able to share evidence or experiences, but definitely hidden. And I agree. But I think the other thing is, and if you spend any time in the community and in the field, right, what starts happening? Some of those locations start to get a little boring. You've been there, done that. And so now you need something new, something different to kind of pop up. Thank you. It was a really cool investigation. If you guys don't have a chance, or you do have a chance, you should check out Post Town Elementary School in Ohio. And gosh, why can I not think? It's not Middletown. Angeline, if you don't mind, maybe correct me on what town that was. D-Hoot, wasn't that with Soul Sisters and Ghost Biker? Yes, it was. I was invited to hang out with Miranda and Chris and Jen, and got to go in and do some investigating. It was very, very interesting. Hey, Kaylee. Middletown, yes. Okay, Middletown, Ohio. So check it out. It's a great location. You get to sleep there, which I'm just gonna say, it's uncomfortable to sleep there. I don't know, Angelina, if you stayed inside the school, if that's when you had your time in there, but to spend the night in there was a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, but cool location, big, and it's really cool, really cool. All right. What do you rely on? Tech heavy kits or just your senses? I already know your answer for this. We've changed. This is one of those, right? Oh, okay. I lived under Miss Johnson's room. Okay. Wow. So she lived inside that location.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I switched from a lot of gear to almost none.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because people keep stealing my shit.
Not by choice, but because things keep going missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sucks when people just decide they're going to take things that don't belong. But I get it. I get it. It happens. I feel like I'm starting to see a lot more people talking about this, and I do feel a little bit bad for some of the cool equipment makers out there doing some really beautiful work. They're doing some very artistic work with some of the equipment now, especially with Ouija boards and a more tech-heavy Ouija board. They start putting the mechanics in there, and they're gorgeous. But I feel like more people are talking about doing more of their senses when they go in, really enjoying what they're experiencing just for themselves, right? There's no reason to hey, R&R, there's Mr. Mark Rick. Good evening. Just senses. Yeah. And I don't really use a camera at all. We rarely have cameras out. We need to find somebody that will take pictures constantly, because we just don't think about that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
No. How's your drive going now?
We're under 100 miles, so it's going. It's good.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Now you're on the easy side. Now, just senses for Heidi, uses her camera for documentation, but that's how I've always done and continue. I love that. I love that. I love to collect the equipment. I just don't know how to really utilize it in the best way because, as Rob Walsack shared with us, we kind of tend to stack all our equipment on top of each other and they're affecting each other. So you don't even know what you're really getting half the time. I think we're probably creating some false positives there when we don't need to be. All right. I want you to raise your hand. You've had an experience you've never fully told anybody about because you weren't sure how it would land. Have you had an experience that you've never fully told anyone about because you weren't sure how it would land? Is that true for anybody? It's true for me. Can I ask you this question, Rob? Have you told all the details about your experiences inside the Conjuring house?
No, not to you or to the rest of the world.
To it, I mean, I don't even think you've told me. I'll be honest. You've told me some pretty big experiences, but I do think there are some you have not shared.
Yeah, there's definitely some that nobody knows.
Angelina's saying yes. Sure. She'll take it to her grave. Rick saying he uses both his senses and the tech stuff. We know Rick is a big tech guy. He loves his cameras, and there is nothing wrong with that. We love that. I'm curious, Angelina, though, why would you want to take it to your grave? Is it that you don't want anybody to pick it apart, or is it just something that was so profound that it feels like it has to stay within you? I'm curious, Rob, with you too, and maybe it wasn't just Conjuring. Maybe it was Old Montana. Maybe it was, I think there's a place in Idaho you went to as well. Did you ever get inside that location?
The one in Idaho?
Yeah.
The Idaho GB Hospital I've done a couple times. I think it was the Reform School. That's the one that Ghost Adventures was at, the Reform School. We had some cool stuff there.
I'm just always curious, we share so much experience, right? We talk about what has happened to us, but is there always that one thing? There's that one thing. And I understand that. It does make sense, Angelina. It was very private. I agree. I think some of the things that we do make connections with are just not meant for a conversation, right? Because sometimes it's probably like trying to describe a dream. You're like in your head, you're like, oh, I got to tell this dream. And you start saying it and you're like, this doesn't even do it justice. It's not coming out right. So never mind. Heidi, yeah, the time I was attacked and was choked, had legit hand marks on my neck. Mom freaked out when I came home. Yeah, Heidi, I can see why your mom would freak out. And I know, Rob, you had that experience with your daughter at Shanley. I believe did that leave marks as well?
Shit already.
Yeah.
No, we watched it. We watched that happen.
Yeah.
That one was rough.
Yeah. Yeah, to see it from somebody else. Heidi says there are others, honestly. I did have someone saw me after I got out of the building and I was the only one in the building. I did have someone see me after I got out of the building and I was the only one in the building. Like a doppelganger kind of situation. I'm hoping I'm reading that correct. And Angelina's saying it happened at Post Town. Post Town's got some very, that location, there was a couple times that I'm not going to lie, I was a little freaked out that I actually questioned if we were even in there alone, because you lock up, but it is big. It is a big school and multiple floors. And there was a point where it was like, are we really even alone? I don't know if we're alone. I actually walked out into the hallway from a classroom, and I can't remember, Angelina, it's the classroom that they say has the darkest of energies and the cabinets open and close. So we were in there, and it sounded like somebody was pacing out in the hallway. So I walked out by myself as everybody else was sitting in the classroom, and I started to walk down the hallway, and then I just went, yeah, I can't do this. I had to turn around because I suddenly went, I don't know. I'm almost thinking it's a real person, not anything ghosty. So I was done. I did not know that there was 8 bodies exhumed from underneath that school when it was built. I did not know that. That's very interesting. Yeah, it's a great location too.
Yeah, I've never been there.
We should go.
One
It's
day.
a great place. Yeah, we're gonna go. All right, a TV show got me into this, and now you're low-key cringe at it. And you low-key cringe at it. Like, so the shows that we used to watch in the early 2000s, right? We all loved them. We took them in, we ate them up. But now we're like, ugh. Is it because the shows in the beginning were much better and more realistic, and now they are cringy? Like, can we be honest about that?
So I heard the question differently. Like you learn something on a show, and now you're like, nah.
Yeah.
Like a technique. Yeah, I think shows now. Well, I mean, there really aren't any left, but I think for me, what happened over time and evolution is, the more you learn, the more you realize that 60 minutes or 45 minutes, it's just not accurate. Just not accurate.
Well, in the early 2000s, right? But in the early 2000s, the shows were exciting because they were outside of, in search of, and like those shows. But like when they became that popular show, like they were so intriguing, but they weren't over the top. The problem is so many came out, and then they were on every week, almost every day of the week, at least several times during the week. How do you keep it going? How do you keep it fresh and exciting?
Yeah, you kind of can.
Rick says, I haven't told anyone about my first time at Eastern State. I'll keep that to myself. Interesting, Rick. That's interesting.
Rick, was it on death row? If it was death row, we'll talk.
Interesting. His first time at Eastern State. Stacy saying the movie The Exorcist always made me, you know what? He says it makes him laugh. It's so cringe. Do you know I never thought the movie The Exorcist was scary.
Oh God. Well, never mind.
I couldn't get into just how made up it was a little too unbelievable to me, but who am I? That's very, so yeah, I think Heidi is kind of talking about a little bit of a doppelganger situation there. So here's one. You've side-eyed an influencer's evidence, but said nothing publicly. We don't really say too much about anybody else's experiences or evidence captures or shows.
I don't care about that.
I don't even know if I've really ever watched. I don't think I've ever watched, except one time I was told to watch the Sam and Colby at Conjuring. I think that was the only one I've ever watched. And it's just not something I do. Never. I will. Yes, Angelina says never. I will speak out, especially if they're lying. True. She will. All right. Rick says it was the whole prison tour. So he's keeping that to himself. He's going to keep that to himself. So have your reasons for investigating, have they changed completely from when you first started? I know your answer, Rob.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so curious if people, I know we like to stick with that one story that we have. But I'm always, hey, Brat Girl, I'm always curious. Angelina's saying no, she hasn't changed, but I think that Heidi says never. I don't know. Really? You haven't changed at all. How long have you guys been doing this? I know, Angelina, you've been at it for a while. Heidi, how long have you been doing this? I think it's hard not to evolve a little bit. I think that's just natural, right? That we evolve in our investigating and maybe our reasons why. I think you can have your core reason, but you haven't added anything new. Rick says absolutely. I'm so curious. Not have you changed the way you investigate your reasons, right? Oh, Angelina says, I say no because my one question I need an answer to have never been answered yet. 8 to 9 years she's been going. Heidi, gotta go. See you later. Have a good night, Heidi. I'll message you about the shirt printing stuff tomorrow. Got sick from traveling. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling better. I believe that's Tracy. So our reasons for investigating, I don't know. I feel like mine have even evolved.
Yeah, I would say so.
Where are you going down? Are you going down a country road now? Did you get off the main highway?
I did. Why?
Why are you stopping? You're stopping and turning.
Oh, yeah.
You're just on the highway.
Yeah, we came off the highway and now we're getting on a less than a highway. This is like a one lane road.
Scary.
So yeah,
good. I'm glad your Chattergeist is working. I never could figure out how to quite use that, so it was never technically used. So you got that one pretty much unused. I'm glad it's working for you, Tracy. I'm going to go on here. You walked into a location and felt something before a single piece of equipment was turned on. I think that happens to every person. Every person. Heidi, 20 plus years. Heidi, I thought you were like 22. I don't know how old Heidi is. I thought she was very young. It is easy to use. Yeah, I think, and probably, again, I like to collect equipment. I don't always, take the time to learn how to use it super well. It's just because I just never, except a K2 meter, a music box, right? And even then, I just don't think to grab that stuff. I think walking into a location and feeling something before any equipment is turned on, I think that right there is just probably every living person. You walk in, you just feel uneasy, you feel drawn to something, right? You have to go sit in that chair or you have to go into that room. You just don't need to. Yeah. Stacy's saying, have you ever noticed that UFO abductions always happen on a lonely country road? That's weird.
This would be a good one. I mean, because there could be crop circles. Like we're in some country ass shit right now.
You see any houses?
There's houses. We're in farmland. There's cows.
Yeah.
Small farmhouses.
Oh my gosh.
So if I end up losing you, then we'll message you.
Yeah. So Angelina's saying the Stone Mansion, which I do want to check that place out. Stone Mansion, she walked in and had chest pain immediately. And this was before her AFib. And the guide said where I was standing, a man died from a heart attack. I always think that is really, really interesting when something like that happens. I don't know if I've ever had the physicality of somebody from the past. I don't think. Not that I can remember. Tracy says, Randolph had me spinning in circles before I turned anything on. I missed the intro and everything, so I was flying by the seat of my pants. I thought RCI was a very interesting location as well. I thought that location was very creepy, and that's where I got your voice on, was it Necrophonics?
Something like that.
Yeah, that kind of creeped me out. Uh-oh, am I losing you?
Are you?
Getting a little choppy. All right. So, well, folks, guess what? It's been an hour. You guys have been hanging out. We've been talking a little bit. I know it's not as fun when he's not on here for the show. We caught him in a cool pose. This must be what it's like working with me when you're at your location and you keep telling me. I hope you guys, I'm so excited to hear your experience at Waverly. You said you might go live.
I'm going to try. I don't know can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what their cellular looks like there. It's probably okay. I don't know. I'll do my best.
All right. Well, maybe we'll get some pictures from them. We'll keep you guys posted. This is tomorrow night, though, that they're going to be investigating Waverly Hills. So super excited to hear what's going to happen inside that location. Please have a safe rest of your trip. And for everybody that jumped on to have a little chitty chat with us, thank you so much. Oh my! I think he just is riding on off the road there. He's hitting the.
Yeah, I went off the road a little.
It's like, I heard that. Did I have good internet today? Maybe it's the comparison, though, right? That's the comparison. Don't forget tomorrow night, the Paranormal Council, tomorrow at 8 Central, which is 9 Eastern time. They're talking about remote viewing, and that is with Stacy Talladge, Professor T, and Josh. Please check them out, the Paranormal Council, tomorrow at 8. Please put that on or send me something that I can put on the network space so we can get people that way. I would love that. Dehu, thank you. Peace out. Angelina, bye to you. Rick, can't wait to see you at Blairstown. Lori and Rob, have a safe rest of your trip to the Ditto House. Yes, he is driving by Braille. That's what Dehu just said. You're driving by Braille. He did.
It felt like it.
He went off the road a little bit, though. But folks, you know what we say here at Paranormally Blonde and Get Haunted? We see you. We do. We appreciate you. And we certainly love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Follow us over at School, Get Haunted University, School, SKOOL.com, and check out some of the cool things that are going on over there. Sign up is free. It is free. What are you mouthing? What are you doing?
I was mimicking.
There we go. He's mimicking. He's under how many miles you got left now?
78.
78 miles. We got him. We got him so close. We got him close, folks. All right. So with that, go have a great rest of your Wednesday night. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you guys later.